right, everyone, welcome back to our kind of look at slash look at Borderlands 4, the skill trees slash build theory, crafting, kind of thinking about all of the potential build, looking at all the skills of Rafa this time. We recently just did Vex, and now we're looking at Rafa. I don't know much about Rafa. I haven't really looked at any of his stuff, so he's kind of the one where we really kind of read and kind of see how he plays. So here, I'm not sure. We have Peacebreaker cannons, arc knives, and Apophis lance. Peacebreaker cannons are kind of like these little terps. We can kind of click on it and put it in here, so we can read all of his abilities actually. So yeah, Rafa equips the Peacebreaker cannons that automatically fire enemies in Rafa's crosshairs, dealing normal gun damage if enemy dies. Pressing mouse button 3 can find a new target. Holding F for action skill, the Peacebreaker end, and we can refund the duration. And then we have arc knives, or here we go. We gotta go here. I keep forgetting. Arc knives puts out his guns, equips his arc knives, dealing melee damage and marking enemies whenever they damage them, causing them to take damage, increase damage from marked enemies. And basically, you can do different kind of moves where he kind of goes into a third person and runs around and kind of hack and slash everybody with his knives. And then let's see, Apophis lance. It's kind of like Zane's. I think Zane's kind of mantis cannon. Uh, Equips rocks Apophis lance on his offhand arm cannon, due Rafa's gun handling, but allowing him to fire a piercing shot that deals shock ordnance bolt damage. Any unused charges while Rafa's lance ends are converted to action skill cooldown. So it's basically kind of like like a version of Zane's Mantis Cannon, kind of mixed with like a dual wielding, where you can dual wield a normal gun and your cannon, but your cannon will obviously go away. I think the Peacebreaker cannons might, or the Peacebreaker, not Peace, yeah, Peacebreaker cannons might be our starting item. Let's see, we have increases Rafa's gun damage. Okay, that's good. Increases the fire rate of Peacebreaker cannons. I think that could be good. Overdrive skill. So yeah, I forgot about overdrive. So Rafa has overdrive whenever Rafa activates his action skill. He entered overdrive when an action skill is active. Overdrive duration does not decrease. Duration does not decrease while override is active. Increase movement speed and deal damage with increased damage with all sources. So it's basically like a kind of secondary bonus effect that he has whenever you use your action skill, and it kind of lingers after it ends, after you end your action skill for a little bit, what it seems like. So you can kind of play with that if you play with it, since it seems like that's kind of be one of his main other secondary abilities from what it looks like. Increase gun damage and fire rate. Yeah, shield recharge rate is approved while it's active. That could be really good. I think we don't really need fire rate for the cannons. Even regular fire rate for Rafa, I don't think is the best when we have this. I think we do 2 points. What do we have here? When Rafa critically hits an enemy, restores duration. I think we want this. Let's see what else we got. Whenever Rafa activates an action skill, restores a portion of maximum shield capacity if his shield's already full. Gain overshield. It could be really cool in certain scenarios. What do we have here? Kill skill. Killing enemy restores shields based on Rafa's maximum health capacity. I think put 3, maybe 2. I think we do that. I don't know if this is gonna be. This could be good, but I think we'll hold off for now. What do we have here? Overdrive skill. Rafa gains increased damage reduction while it's active. While overdrive is active. It could be good. Skill damage, so I believe that can increase our Peacebreaker cannons if we really want to use them to do a lot of damage. 1 point, whenever shields break after being fully charged, spawn a free grenade. The grenade, if he has a grenade equipped, to use that grenade instead. It could be really good, but it depends on maybe what the grenade is. It says Rafa deals increased damage from all sources. The fuller Rafa shields are, the greater the bonus. Okay, I think we put 2. I think we max you out. We don't really need this. I guess we maxed you two this also out. Now let's see what we have here. So this is one of the other abilities. Indirect projectiles gain increased damage. Indirect projectiles include all action skill weapons, thrown weapons, and projectiles not fired from your gun. I think this might be really good. Let's check everything. Ordnance. Rafa's Ordnance deal bonus damage with his currently equipped weapons element. I don't think that's good. Maybe if you're using a non-elemental like launcher, maybe that could, and you can maybe add fire or corrosive. That could be good. Maybe you can stack it. The first shot of Rafa's fully fired magazine deals corrosive damage, and maybe overdrive skill increase splash damage while overdrive is active, and that could be good. Increase the duration. Okay. I think we go 4, at least 2. We don't need you or you. I mean, this could be good if it stacks really good, but at least maybe 2 here. I guess max you out, and we check out what do we have here. All indirect projectiles deal bonus fire damage. If the indirect projectile already deals fire damage, deal bonus that damage. So this kind of incentivizes fire damage being your main element. Off is indirect projectiles gain lifesteal. That's really good. While moving, shots have a chance to bounce health off of Rafa. This chance is doubled while sliding. Another pretty cool skill. Well, we're not really taking these. Let's go look over here. Overdrive skill. While overdrive is active, Rafa gains increased movement speed and health regen. We do want some health regen. That's always good. And when overdrive is not active, Rafa takes increased damage and gains increased action skill rate. I don't know about that then. Override skill, Rafa gains increased damage but decreased weapon handling. This bonus is based on how long overdrive is active, so you want to kind of keep your overdrive up as much to really make this work. Decreased handling could be a problem, but maybe the gun damage kind of evens it out. But I think we want to prioritize over here. I don't know if we want fire damage. I guess we put 1 point just for the lifesteal. We don't know how much is stacked, so maybe just 2 points. And maybe 2 points. What do we have here? Melee override lobs a Sturm glider at enemies. Once it reaches its target, explodes, dealing fire splash damage based on the ammo in Rafa's gun when thrown. That could be really good. Rafa's indirect damage have a chance to ricochet. I think we take that. Let's see, we're at 33. Do we want any of these? No. What about this? I guess we put another point in. While increase movement speed and health regen. Could be good. This could be good. Even with the weapon handling debuff. I guess we put 1 point. And then I guess we're taking this double auto shot. Rafa's Peacebreaker cannon weapons are replaced with shotguns that deal increased damage and have increased pellet count. In addition, Rafa's turrets gain chance to ricochet off enemies. Ricochets deal reduced damage, and critical hits always ricochet. That could be really good. Still got 37. I think we're fine here. Maybe just put 2 here. These we don't really want. I guess we peek everything else. So Rafa gains increased gun damage. That could be good. Rafa's action skill now deals bonus corrosive. Well, we want to prioritize fire, what it looks like for us with these two, or this, and this is not fire, but I guess with this. So maybe corrosive isn't really what we need. What do we have here? Overdrive skill. Rafa gains increased movement speed. Movement speed is good. I think we just want to maybe just max this out just to have it. Whenever Rafa damages an enemy with melee attacks, his melee attacks have gain increased crit chance. This crit chance stacks, and all stacks are removed when Rafa critically hits an enemy. Well, that's obviously for arc knives. So portion of Rafa's maximum health is converted into maximum shield. Not really necessary. Rafa's melee damage grants Rafa a stack of diamond hands, increasing gun damage for a few seconds for every stack of diamond hands. Okay. Maybe we could take this, but we're not really doing melee. Even just normal punch. Maybe we do at least 2 points, and then let's check out here. This is, yeah, reload speed and regenerate ammo. Could be good. How many points do we have? Got a couple more. I think we go 3 and then 2. Yeah, and that's it. Let's go back and look at our cap or augments. So what do we have here? Rafa's Peacebreaker cameras increase crit chance. Pressing F while Peacebreaker cameras are active activates causes them to double their crit chance, increase their critical hit damage, which also causes his action skill duration to drain faster. I mean, if the damage is worth it, maybe it's okay to have that decreased duration, or maybe you can kind of sustain it. I'm not sure. With Peacebreaker cans are active, Rafa's allies regenerate ammo. Rafa's Peacebreaker cans deal bonus fire damage, so there we go, fire damage. Based on how full his gun damage, he and his turrets shoot exploding bullets. Pressing F while Peacebreaker cans are active, Rafa causes shots to not consume ammo, but also his action skill drains faster. This could be good. I think we get ammo regen and infinite ammo. Pressing F while Peacebreaker cans causes them to fire 2 large firebombs that deal fire damage in large area, killing enemy, and reduces the cooldown. That could be good since we are kind of, I guess, going prioritizing fire for this build, kind of. Instant fort buddy system, battle system. Yeah, instant fort battle system, not buddy system. Rafa's Peacebreaker cans also deal ordnance damage. That could be good. And he deals increased ordnance damage, but Peacebreaker cans are active. Pressing F while Peacebreaker cans are active causes them to disconnect from Rafa and become turret companions. They begin firing at enemies in place. In addition, it will occasionally fire grenades at the targets. If Rafa has grenade equipped, it copies its grenade. It could be really good just to have as like a little thing to deal some extra damage or to draw aggro compared to one of these. While Peacebreaker cans are active, causing them to fire a volley of homing rockets at enemies in view, costing action skill duration. It seems like a lot of these have that kind of taking action skill duration away. I think if this deals a lot of damage, this could be good, but maybe we just take this buddy just to have. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. This, I think, is, if you really want to go fire, you would take this, but I think maybe this could be pretty useful just for companion. But maybe this is better. Rafa's deal fire damage. Maybe this might be better. It's hard to say. This, and this are kind of, I guess it really depends on what we want. I think maybe we take Bullet Buddy Deluxe instead. But I think it's between these two. This could be really good just to have, because if it basically is spawning a little Turk that kind of sits there and draws aggro and shoots, it could be really good. But I think we're going to take Buddy Systems. So what do we have here? Rafa's weapons gain the chance to ricochet off enemies with stats effects. Ricochet damage is based off of damage dealt. I mean, I guess we would want this with this, but this isn't really good. I mean, I guess you want fire and not corrosive. I guess maybe it will kind of split the damage. I don't know, but I guess because this doesn't seem very good. What about you? Enemies attacked, damaged by Rafa's Peacebreaker have increased stats effect chance. Not really good. Beam team, Rafa's Peacebreaker can replace with shock beam and corrosive beam, each automatically lock onto enemies in your view, and may lock onto different enemies. Whenever Rafa applies a stats effect, you gain increased action skill damage. I mean, that could be really cool. What about you? Whenever Rafa inflicts a stats effect on enemies, he gains increased action skill cooldown and improved action skill duration, and maybe kill skills double all override bonuses. So when we get a kill skill that doubles all our override bonuses, that could be really good. I guess maybe you would take some of these points out and maybe get that. What do we have here? Rafa's Peacebreaker cannons weapons are replaced with rockets that deal splash damage. I think that could be really good. But I guess Well, it says 33, so I guess it's kind of depends on how it scales. Oh, the shotguns could be really powerful, and they have a chance to ricochet off enemy. I think the ricochet and this right here, the indirect projectiles, could be really powerful, but I'm not sure. I think that's what you would want to really work around. Anything else would kind of would revolve around this and trying to get that to be your main damage source. So let's reset you, and then let's see, reset you. Let's check out the lance first. Let me change you to you. Let's see. Yeah, this is the lance. It says reload speed. We saw that. Ammo regen. Ammo regen can be really good. Let's see. Whenever Rafa reloads his current equipped weapon, he gains increased action skill cooldown. I guess maybe with Tediors you would do that since he's kind of like a Tedior soldier character. Tediors might be his main kind of weapon of choice. What do we have here? Activate an action skill. Get health regen. That could be really good just to have. Kill skill. Whenever Rafa kills an enemy, he gains increased ordnance cooldown. More grenade spam or more launcher spam. If the first shot from a fully fired weapon, from a fully loaded weapon magazine, deals increased damage. Another really good. That could be really good. Overdrive skill. Rafa gains increased weapon handling with all weapons and action skills. While override is active, the longer override is. While overdrive has been activated, the greater the bonus. The long weapon handling with all weapons and action skills. So I guess his cannon has better accuracy and handling, or his lance. Maybe that could play into the cannons also. And we have, what do we have here? When Rafa activates or re-triggers an action skill, his guns consume no ammo. So basically infinite ammo for a bit. Whenever Rafa throws a grenade, he gains increased action skill cooldown, and a lot of cooldown though. I think we're gonna want reload speed. I guess we put our 2 there. When Rafa reloads his weapon, and I guess put 2. Is ordnance cooldown good in this case? Well, you need this for that. But I don't think we really need these. So I guess we put 2, or I guess 3. And then I guess we try and maybe max you out. And then this, weapon handling, we put 2 points. 1 point, we ignore this. Let's see what we have down here. Overdrive skill, Rafa gains increased critical hit chance with his guns, and critical hit chance. Could be good, could be not be good. Rafa gains increased status effect chance and also gains further increased shock chance. Like I said, I don't know if this would be really that good for you. I mean, if it was shock damage in this increased shock dot chance, I mean, maybe that would be better, but it's just a chance for both, for shock and regular status effect. Maybe it could be good. Whenever Rafa activates an ordnance, spawns gliders that hover near him. As he takes damage, transfer some of that damage to his drones or gliders. Once the glider receives too much damage, explodes. I mean, that could be good just to have. I guess you put 3. Overdrive skill, Rafa gains increased gun damage while overdrive is active. This bonus double when Rafa is charging his Apophis lance. I mean, I guess. Well, you're not really going to be shooting while you're cannon. Maybe you can use it to kind of, because you're dual wielding basically. So, because you want to be holding your heavier action skill, like hold it, charge it up as much as you can before you shoot it. Maybe you shoot it, and then you get a bonus. But it's when it's charging, so maybe this could be good. I guess you put maybe 3. When Rafa damages an enemy with a skill, he gains increased stacks. For each stack, he gains increased overdrive bonuses. That could be good, but do we have a lot of overdrive bonuses? I guess we kind of do. Let's see. Well, not really. I guess we got a couple. I guess we hold off on that one. What do we overdrive skill? Rafa gains increased weapon handling and with weapons and action skills while overdrive is active. I guess, what do we really want? I guess we go down here. Put at least maybe three. Hmm. I guess we put two. When overdrive ends, I'll convert all of his other stacks into matey, and gains increased action skill cooldown for every stack. Once Rafa action skill ends, he loses all his stacks. Just cooldown, I guess. I guess you want to have more cooldown to be constantly spamming. I guess you put 1 point. Increase fire rate and reload speed while overdrive is active. I guess this is the one you want mostly. I guess 3 and 2. And then what's this? Whenever Rafa deals damage with an action skill to an enemy, he gains a chance to deal that damage again. I mean, I guess we put 2. What do we have here? Project Gorgon. Or Gorgon. Apophis Lance weapon is replaced with an incinerator that pierces enemy. Pressing and holding middle mouse button 2 causes the lance to deal increased damage and chain to more enemies as it consumes charges. I mean, I guess we take that. I don't know. Well, this is corrosive Project Basilisk. Apophis Lance now fires corrosive, leaving a corrosive hazard or corrosive basically a pool, and splits into several small projectiles whenever it detonates. The more charges Apophis Lance consumes at once, the more it splits. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on which one how the scaling works for damage. And this one's another shock. Project Raiju. It's replaced with a close range shock taser burst. Pressing and holding causes Rafa to deal shock damage to all around him. The longer Rafa holds his attack, the greater the damage dealt. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is kind of a lot of weird abilities. Not sure how they would scale. I guess you would make ordnance damage after reloading. I mean, when Rafa deals damage to an enemy, his action skill place a remote detonator on them. Ordnance overdrive. Detonates all of the remote detonators gain increased damage and increased splash radius for each remote detonator. Well, maybe you at least put a couple points into this. What is this? We can't get this yet. I guess. Well, we can't get that now. I mean, I guess we take this. When Rafa activates or retriggers an action skill, sending one of his gliders at an enemy in his view. Once it arrives, explodes. I mean, I guess. We already put a lot of points, so let's kind of reduce it maybe. I don't know. I guess Gorgon might be the better option, but I guess we can maybe switch between them. That's kind of the idea. If you want to do corrosive. Let's see. Go Peacebreaker. Yeah, just take some damage. We're almost maxed anyway. Real fire rate. I guess since we have some override, we take that. We got 1 point. I guess we do that. Going back, let's see what our augments are. We haven't really looked at them. When Rafa consumes a charge, he gains increased action skill cooldown rate. This bonus increase for every charge he consumes. I guess. I'm not sure how this works, but I guess this could be good. It says Rafa gets Lance gains an increased charge. In addition, whenever Rafa consumes 4 or more charges, increase action skill potency, so I guess it increases the damage. I guess that could be good. Apophis Lance gains a critical hit chance. Whenever Rafa damages an enemy with Apophis Lance, gain further increased crit chance. I don't think that's. I guess that could be good if you could maybe potentially one-shot enemies with your lance. Let's see here. When Rafa kills an enemy with his lance, spawn a free grenade on that enemy. If Rafa has a grenade, spawn a copy. I mean, maybe that's good if you have a decent grenade. I'm not sure. Lance gains increased projectile side speed and increased number of chains. I guess you take that since we're kind of prioritizing Project Gorgon here. So I guess you take that. I'm not sure about this skill tree. There's some cool stuff in it, but I don't know. I guess it just depends on how it plays in gameplay. in game because some of these could be good, but I don't know. I guess let's try the. Let's see. We still gotta do arc knives, so we'll take our points out of here and check out arc knives. Got change you. Let's go. Let's see. Yeah, we just get all the different attacks you can press. So that would be yeah. Okay. We got gun damage and melee damage. We saw that. We have our arc knives deal corrosive damage. That could be really good. But I think shock damage might be better as a default. More movement speed. I think we want movement speed so you can be running around. I think we at least max you out. Um, I think I think we do two. Maybe we put three if we have an extra points. When Rafa damage an enemy with his melee attack and melee checks have a crit. So I guess that's if you have your knives out, you would that would count as a melee, I guess. So maybe that's good. I don't know. Maximum health is converted to maximum shield. I think we hold off. Dealing melee damage, creates a stack of diamond hands, increasing gun damage for each stack of diamond hands. Well, I mean, if you want to stay in your lance form, you're not going to do a lot of gun damage. You're going to prioritize the damage from the blades. So I don't know if gun damage is really good. I guess maybe you use your default melee. So I think we go. Put two. I guess we put three there, so we can kind of get down. Melee crit hits. I guess. Well, we already put points there. Get some life steal, at least two. Killing an enemy causes an enemy to causes killing an enemy freezes overdrive duration, so we get to keep it active for a bit. We need this for that, but we'll ignore that. Let's see what it is. Rafa gain increased gun damage and skill damage that lowers health. The greater the bonus. I think we need at least 1 point. I think this might be worth it. Put one. I think we max you out. I guess we put three. What are you? When Rafa's skill is break, he instantly gains a portion of his shield. Maximum capacity is over a shield. The skill cannot be used again until Rafa activates his action skill. I guess you put 1 point there. Maybe put another point here. Let's see what we have here. We have blowout whenever Rafa applies a heavy arms mark or critical strike on enemies. So I think those are his attacks. They explode and cause corrosive lava projectiles. The longer Rafa action shield has been active, the more corrosive projectiles he spawns. Well, I guess if we're going with this, you might want to take that. What about you? Rafa gains increased splash damage and increased splash critical hit chance. I think that might be good to pair with that. Rafa gains increased ordnance damage cooldown. More grenade spam or launcher spam. I don't know if we need that. What about you? Overdrive skill when Rafa deals damage of his weapon's element with all his skills and ordnance while overdrive is active. That could be really good. Rafa deals increased corrosive damage while his action skill is active. The longer he has an active, the greater the bonus. So I guess maybe we dip into here. Rafa gains increased action skill duration, which I think you always are going to want. So let's see. I think we put at least three. Put two. Skip you. Deals bonus damage. I think we skip you. I guess we put three and then maybe two. What do we have here? Pressing the middle mouse button 2 while arc knives are active, or when Rafa triggers his action skill, drains a portion of Rafa's shields and deals that much shock damage to nearby enemies. I don't think so. When Rafa deals splash damage, deal bonus shock damage based off the damage dealt. Maybe that could be a good extra bonus damage on top of the corrosive, so maybe you take that. What do we have here? Marked enemies killed by Rafa leave behind corrosive pool. Maybe if they do a lot of damage, that could be good. I guess we put three. We don't really need this. I don't think this is going to do that much. The shield... I guess it depends on how much damage it deals. So I guess we go back 3, 4. Now we can get that. I guess we... Pardon me. Take this as our capstone, but let's see. We don't really want any of these. What do we have over here? Overdrive skill. Rafa gains health regen. That's good. Pressing blank. Pressing middle mouse button 2 during arc knives gains increased override duration bonus. This bonus is reset when Rafa activates his action skill. I guess 2. I think we take. I don't know if this is good. I guess maybe we would want it for the with the overdrive. I don't know. I think we hold off. What about you? Rafa gains increased skill damage with all skills. The longer your skills have been active, the greater the bonus. I mean, I think that's pretty good, but I don't really. I mean, I guess maybe you would want this to combo with it. Bonus. Whenever Rafa critically hits an enemy, he gains a chance to spawn a free grenade. So this is kind of like a grenade spam build, like section. When Rafa deals ordnance damage, he also deals increased gun damage and melee damage. This effect can stack, and that could be good. Portion of all fire damage Rafa deals also deals bonus fire ordnance damage. I mean, we're kind of going corrosive, I guess. Corrosive shock is for what we have, so I don't know about that. What do we have here? Overdrive skill. Overdrive skill. When overdrive is active, Rafa may use a grenade while cooling down at the cost of health. I mean, we're not really using that, so I guess we ignore that. We got a little bit more points, but I guess. Let's see. What would you want? I guess reload speed. What Peacebreaker had? Gun damage. We're going to be mostly in using our trying to use our arc knives, I guess. So we don't really need that. But we get some improved shield will charge rate and delay while our overdrive is active, which is another big thing we want. Maybe we take that. Lance, reload speed. I guess we take 3 there. And let's see what we have here. Reload speed. I guess we do reload speed. And then we just take it. Yeah. I mean, these, I don't think these are really going to combo well with us. I guess we take our, this. It says, what do we have here? When Rafa kills an enemy with his arc, while arc knives active, restores a portion of his maximum health capacity. When Rafa gains health, deal bonus cryo damage with all attacks, or corrosive damage, not cryo, with all attacks, and gain increased movement speed. This effect stacks. Arc knives do not end when the duration runs out. Instead, it only ends if Rafa enters fight for life. While arc knives, their duration is depleted, Rafa loses health instead. I mean, maybe that could be good if you want to play more aggressive. Let's see here. Arc knives now. Arc knives attacks deal shock melee splash. Rafa deals increased splash damage. I think that might be what we want. When Rafa activates his dash attack, he leaves behind a grenade. If he has a grenade curve, use that one. Enemies damaged by the grenade become marked. I mean, maybe that could be good. Arc knives can now replaced by caustic leap. Pressing the middle mouse button 2 causes Rafa to leap forward, creating a caustic hazard whenever he lands. Whenever a marked roof from enemy, it explodes in a corrosive nova. I think we take you. I mean, I'm not sure. I think that's what we would want. I guess because I guess our goal would be to stay in our acting skill for as long as we can, dealing mostly melee damage. I guess we can't really throw grenades or shoot, so I'm not sure. Anything else? We already looked at Peacebreaker. We got everything here. I don't know about Rafa. He seems kind of a bit complicated with all of his kind of action skills or overdrive abilities. He doesn't have anything that's like that I think is like, yeah, that seems pretty crazy. I guess maybe aside from this over here with the Peacebreaker cannons, which I think is probably going to be his preferred playstyle compared to the Lance. The Lance has some cool stuff, but I mean, some of these abilities, I think if they scale well, they could be really good. But we'll have to wait and see. But I think that first Peacemaker build I showed, I think is probably going to be the preferred one I want to go for. Indirect projectiles could be really powerful depending on how much damage you can kind of put out. All these other stuff, I mean, they could be really good. It depends on kind of what the weapon meta really is, and how you can kind of use that to your advantage to give yourself bonuses. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for Rafa. Just quickly look at his abilities again for Peacebreaker and Apophis Lance. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess Rafa could be really good. Maybe he's really strong, but I just don't understand a lot of his abilities. But we'll have to wait and see. But I think that's gonna be it for Rafa. He seems fun. He seems fun, but he seems a bit complicated. And I think that you're gonna have to really strategize on how you want to play him. But that's gonna be it. We're gonna also check out Amon. So I think Amon is still gonna be my preferred, even though I haven't really looked at his abilities. I think Vex has a lot of really cool stuff too. We'll wait and see when Harlow comes out. I'll try and do her too. But that's gonna be it. And goodbye.